The hardest thing about being an entrepreneur in our position is the gray in between the X and the O, right? What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Warriors Mindset Podcast, where the sayings, riddles, and many blunders of the wise are coming at you. My name is Jason Pav, and I am the CEO of Warriors Management. I'm sitting here with my man and business partner, Mitch Lilly. What's going on, man?
A lot.
That's what I say too.
I love the hat. You know that.
Thank you.
You should really start gathering a massive cowboy hat collection.
You know, I have two now, so
It's not enough.
this is my first Stetson, so I was pretty happy to add a Stetson to my collection.
Yeah, I told you I bought a couple because I went to the Willie Nelson store in Nashville, right?
Dude, that's awesome. I love cowboy hats.
Bro, we should go.
Dude, I actually, speaking of cowboy hats, I was at Aldi in Jackson the other day, and we went to the checkout line, and this gentleman said, "It's not every day you see a cowboy hat in real life."
At
He
Aldi,
said-
yeah. In
He
Jackson.
said, what did he say? He said, "You're what did he say, babe?
You're one of the brave ones.
Oh yeah, he said you're one of the brave ones."
Well, you know what? You're one of the ones with balls that actually can do it. Everybody wants to. At least a fedora or a cowboy hat.
Yeah, it makes a statement, man.
Well, it also grows you 6 inches.
It does.
I mean, you get tall.
Especially with you have cowboy boots and a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
I look like I'm 6'9" instead of 6'3".
Well, I like it. I like
Nice.
hanging out with you. It makes life a lot easier because people stay away from you. Because it's
True.
intimidating. It's like, is that motherfucker carrying a gun too?
probably.
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably. well, we
Answer is yes.
we got Patrick Pav, our COO here.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, man?
A lot.
What are you sporting today?
I'm sporting one of our companies, Clock Tower Collectibles, Chelsea, Michigan,
Yeah.
and
Shout out.
and Real American Freedom, Personal Excellence.
Who's that? Who's
It's
that?
one of our inspirations, Andy Frisella.
Yeah, we like those guys.
Real AF, great show.
Personal excellence is the ultimate rebellion.
Yeah.
And I'm
Remember that,
wearing it
folks.
now. I've owned this hat for like 6 months actually, but I didn't start wearing it till like a month ago because I didn't feel like I was earning the right to wear it.
Because you're doing 75 hard right now.
Yeah.
What
Pretty
day are
great.
you on?
43 on the day we're sitting here
Man,
now.
good job.
Thank you.
Killing it.
Damn.
Pretty good.
Keep it up.
Thank
Just
you.
over 6 weeks, man.
Yep. 4.5 weeks to go of this stint. So
You're
it's
almost
pretty
to
good.
the hard part.
It's working. Oh, dude, I started feeling it like yesterday or 2 days ago. I was like, yeah, it's coming because I could like my legs were hurting. I did not want to get up. And I
You
was
get towards
like, oh, it's
the
coming
end.
on early.
You get towards the end and you're like, oh my gosh, I've been doing this for so long. I'm so tired of doing this every day.
Yeah. But it's nice. You just have to plan it. And
Yeah.
you realize you have way more time than you actually think. So
Are you going to post on social that like your before and after?
definitely not. I do not post shirtless pictures.
Oh, come on.
I
For the
maybe one day.
podcast.
Mitch
Maybe
does.
one day when I'm ripped.
Mitch
I
does.
post shirtless pictures.
I know you do.
You
but
do
I
in
won't
your
be ripped.
underwear. Yeah. Have you dropped some weight?
Yeah, like I'm weighing myself every 10 days, but I'm probably close to 20 pounds down.
Yeah.
So far.
Nice,
I
man.
didn't weigh myself every day.
It's
No,
discouraging
it's-
because sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down.
Yeah, every 10 days. I would do once a week.
Yeah, I didn't weigh myself until 30 or 30 days in, 35 days in or something. So
Yeah.
Nice.
it's every 10 days. So I'm not thinking about it. My clothes are a little looser though. So it's nice.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah. So listen, I was scrolling around today as we're walking through life as entrepreneurs. We call this a segment or show, right? It's not
Show.
a segment. It's
This
a
is
show.
a show. Yeah.
This is our show, and we've decided for at least a while till Christmas time, we're going to name this Realistic Entrepreneurship because what we're going through right now, Mitch, myself, Patrick, and a bunch of other partners that are with us, is we're going through real shit entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
We could call it real shit. We don't want to take too much from Frisella, but Frisella.
I mean, he talks about it, and it's true. The internet glorifies it, and we're just trying to be real about what it is.
Yeah, well, he said to copy off him too, so we're gonna also pump him. You should listen to that.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Great motivation, a lot of wisdom. Pretty funny too.
Knowledge, funny. Yeah, so I was on Fox News today before I came out, and I saw this. Macy found a single employee hid up to $154 million worth of expenses.
That must have helped the bottom line. They must have wanted a bonus or something.
Well, check this out. Macy announced Monday that a single employee was responsible for so many accounting irregularities. Yeah, I can't read that well.
You want me to read it from here?
No, get fucked. That the company was forced to delay its quarterly earnings report, which the retailer had planned to release Tuesday. Okay, check this out. $154 million. And in the report on Fox News, this is actually CNN.
This is a CNN.
So we're using both sides today, guys, and we're going to do that.
And we try to.
Huh?
We try to do that.
We try to be
all viewpoints.
We try to be bipartisan as a motherfucker.
All
and
sides.
Just talk. They weren't releasing the financials because it was so fucked up.
Well, it's a public company, so there's a lot of people that are affected by. I mean, 154 million is a lot of money.
Let me ask you this.
Indeed, it is.
How do you find this problem in accounting?
An audit?
Yeah, but within the audit though. How would you find this?
I mean, you'd have to look at the receipts, I think, of what they
watch this shit. This is how you find it. You take, you have your revenue, you have your purchase receipts. Okay, so everything you purchase from your vendors, so your purchases, you take your sales, and then you take your inventory, and between that you can figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a little bit more. Yeah, because this is an inventory problem. They found $154 million in inventory missing. Or they found the inventory. Million in expenses over the course of nearly 3 years. So you should be able to do this with inventory.
Yeah, it says
it's fake accounting entries.
They intentionally made erroneous accounting entries to hide small package delivery expenses. It was a small fraction of the $4.3 billion in expenses. They were significant enough to delay the quarterly earnings. So,
yeah, their stock went down about 20%.
Their stock went down,
but
20%.
Their quarterly sales slipped 2.4%.
What's their sales?
2.4%, $4.7 billion the last quarter. So
if you look at it in schemes of our businesses, dude, you should be able to find this stuff with inventory and know this right away. Like if you're looking at financials, what the fuck does it matter with the numbers?
Gotta
it's
organized.
A bigger scale. That's right. You got to stay organized. How the fuck did they not find this?
Pays to good have a CFO.
It probably went to the CFO. I don't know the CFO, but I feel bad because I grew up on JCPenney's and Hudson's, and now it's like Macy's. Mm-hmm. And Macy's was like the big thing in New York. It's like, don't fuck with Macy's.
Yeah.
And don't fuck with these retailers. That's what I don't like. I like going shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Most people don't anymore.
Most people like to order it on Amazon. All these stores and have
are gone.
2 days to their door.
But this is why, like, I've caught employees stealing, and I bet you there's employees. We have 140. I bet you someone's sniffing. Got sticky fingers somewhere.
Well, there's all kinds of ways to steal, right? It's not just taking money out.
That's why we have to stay close.
That's the biggest one.
That's why owner operators are important. But then what if you find an owner operator
stealing?
Yeah, you bust their balls
and they gone.
Yeah,
it's
only $10,000. Anyway, so I just, we are entrepreneurs, and Warriors Mindset is just really originally this one. Now we have 3 parts. We have what's going on in the world, which is what the fuck is going on. What's that? W what?
WTFGO.
WTFGO, whatever.
WTFIGO.
And then we have this one, which is realistic entrepreneurship, and we have Shine Light. We just started a church.
Amen.
Amen. We start our own church, and we have it right here, and it's going to be good, and it's going to grow.
Amen.
According to God, whatever He does.
Those have been your most popular episodes, by the way.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow, that's interesting, because it seems like a lot of Christians are being talked badly about nowadays.
Well, it's like I said, there's all these underground Christians that say fuck, drink beer, and smoke weed, and like,
and they fit right in here.
And they fit right in here, and like, not all of us smoke weed here. I can tell you that.
But I think we all have smoked weed here.
I think you all will again.
Except Elijah.
Actually,
I haven't.
Elijah's.
I actually brought him a joint.
You never have?
I forgot it.
I've never
it was
smoked
a marker.
weed, and I never will.
Don't do it. It's not worth it.
It's not.
So anyway, we made this podcast to connect with our 150 employees, and I'm pretty excited to do that. And so if any of y'all are out there that work for us, this is the podcast to listen to. If you want to get an update on what the fuck is going on in our companies a little bit, but I think more importantly is what's going on in the thinking of us 3.
Yeah.
Right.
And the people that work with us that come in, because this is how we can stay connected, because there's a lot of good folks out there.
Well, and the best way to get closer to us is to understand our thinking, right?
Yeah. And so we're going to bring some shit at you today about how to make a maintenance schedule, and Mitch is going to walk you through that. But I think I want to bring something up to you guys. Okay?
Shoot.
And the thing I want to bring up, and it kind of goes along with what we did with Shine Light in regards to wisdom, knowledge. For me, I read those verses up and down. The book of Proverbs, yes, it's in the Bible. Whether you're a Christian or not, you can read this thing because it's ancient scripture written by a man named Solomon who had a good beard and looked like Mitch. Okay?
It's true.
He didn't have the hat. He had cooler hats.
He
probably had a
might
cowboy
have had
hat.
one of
He had a
those.
cowboy
He
hat.
had to have.
Yeah, because he had
hat.
gardens. Who wouldn't wear a hat like that in the garden?
You have to.
And so it talked about knowledge, right? It talked about, it talks about seeking knowledge, wisdom. It's crying out in the streets. One of the core values of our company, and I would say the core values of my life, is to be a student. And so the reality is it's connected. It's the same fucking thing. If you're not a student, it actually says later on, we'll talk about it, you're stupid.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me how many people get their ass hurt when you just correct them. There's right and wrong.
Oh, yeah.
It's unfucking believable. Make a sushi roll this way. Make the large pepperoni pizza this way and just do it. And if you're not doing it, let us just tell you and you say, okay, yeah, I'll do that.
Right. Yeah. It is. It's very frustrating, seeing people do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
You mean insane people?
Yeah. That is the definition of insanity. So just so you all know.
I will say it can be hard. I think as humans, you have a natural instinct to not want to be corrected. The natural instinct is to be offended, I think. And so you have to train yourself to not be offended. You know?
Yeah. And you have to be willing to change your thinking. So my motto is, I've been saying this all year, is teach me or convince me otherwise. Let's intellectually have a conversation. And that's the way I'm approaching politics right now, which I would say isn't a huge thing on my mind, really. Honestly, ever since the election, my mind has shifted towards Jesus and leadership.
Yeah, I think that's important because, shoot, I can't remember what I was reading the other day. Oh, I was reading just a book, and it's basically how to be a man. And
You need to read that, motherfucker.
I know.
You just got married.
And they were saying basically, like, if you like, don't just follow a leader in the real world. Like, you need to follow God first. And if God, like, they were saying that, okay, like back in the day, if people were like, okay, follow me, we're gonna take down this government or this governing body, they would oftentimes be killed or squashed because it was not for God.
Yeah.
So it's important to realize before you get behind somebody, are they doing this for God, or are they doing this for themselves or a worldly matter?
Yeah, that's a really
Right.
hard question, and that's why I said I'm going to move forward with peace, love, and intellect. And it's crazy because you have to provide for yourself, like as an entrepreneur, is what I'm saying.
Yep.
It's like we were discussing how much we eat shit. I'm talking about my wife and I, and even one of my sons yesterday, and it's like, damn.
I mean, you kind of have to sometimes.
Damn. And I'm like saying taking blows. I'm talking about financially to do what God wants us to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. And, at what point do you say, okay, I reap this reward? That's why I told you guys that every quarter I have about a $500 budget to buy myself some clothes.
It feels good to buy clothes.
It is.
good.
I
It's a
love
good
buying
reward.
clothes, and I buy multiples. Like I bought this outfit, but
Look
then
good, feel good.
I bought this,
Look good. Feel
and then I went and bought a second one. So I have an XL and a 2X.
You sound like you just made a Macy's ad.
And I have like 2 layers underneath, and I can put a jersey if I want.
Yeah, I do that same thing. If you look in my closet,
Because
That's
I
a sick
feel
outfit,
good.
dude.
a bunch.
It's a
Because I
sick
want to
outfit.
feel good, and that's all I care about. Shoes. But I've been sleeping on the couch a lot, and that's been stupid. I'm gonna because I've been watching TV. I think for the first time, just for a while, I'm gonna put a TV in my room.
Oh.
I haven't done that since I was a kid. When I was a kid, it was like Poltergeist. It was like Goonies. It was
I'm not a
like
fan of
Star
that.
Wars. You're not a fan. Most people aren't a fan of it, but I think I'm going to move
I
towards
reserved
it.
my bedroom for
Sex and sleep.
sex and sleep.
Well, you don't listen
yeah.
to podcasts?
No. I try to even just do my Bible studies or my reading at the
Yeah.
kitchen table.
That's what I
And I'm trying to move towards, my Bible study and my reading during in the morning with my coffee. That way, nighttime can be reserved for maybe a little bit of TV watching and maybe some sexy time in there.
I went to a thrift store and I bought an old alarm clock. That way I won't bring my phone to my room.
Oh,
Because I was noticing that I literally would just lay in my bed on my phone.
yeah.
Or I would be. It's just a TV in your hands. That's what it is. So I was like, I'm gonna get an old alarm clock and just let that wake me up.
Yeah. But back to the knowledge thing, and I get so pissed because I need to be straight, and for me, it's a lot of X's and O's with the business right now. So all of you out there, I'm straight shooter, X and O's as much as possible. And the hardest thing about being an entrepreneur in our position is the gray in between the X and the O, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I really, as I grow almost to a half century old, it's like when I see it not happening, I want to look at the heart behind it. And then I kind of do crisis work, and I just strike hard and see how people react.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think that's important with being a student and like learning and growing. And the reality is in our company, if you're like that, you're going to grow your money too.
Well, yeah. They say diamonds are made under pressure. So if you put pressure on somebody, they're either going to turn into a diamond or they're going to be crushed. So that's a way of weeding people out as well. People that aren't going to shine in your company, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they'll shine somewhere else, but maybe that's not the spot for them.
Yeah. I had a conversation with a guy at a gas station today. I stopped. I was like almost here. It's an hour. And I'm like, damn, I need gas, but I need coffee. And so I stopped and I got a honey bun. And there's a lot of different kinds of honey buns these days. There's chocolate ones. There's,
What?
There's
frosted ones.
This is the traditional one, which I went
There's
for.
other honey buns?
Yeah, there's.
You told us to ask you about the honey bun.
Listen, there's also like caramel honey buns and the different sizes and stuff, mini honey buns. And I grew up on honey buns, and I love the honey buns. Hopefully RFK doesn't say honey buns are bad. Hopefully honey buns don't go away.
I hate to break it to you, but they're not the best.
Well, it's Christmas time coming up, and I decided, as we discussed, I said in the summertime I don't do much drinking, but I'm going to have a few drinks and some honey buns this Christmas. And I'm going to enjoy Thanksgiving, which is in 2 days. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Hey, say honey bun 10 times fast.
Honey bun, 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 honey bun. That was 11, I think. Anyway, so I'm gonna eat some honey buns and some turkey and some dressing. But I was talking to the guy at the gas station. I got some coffee, and that is European dark coffee that I came in with, and I got a honey bun. We were talking about it, and then I was using my credit card. It was like $3 because I had no cash, or $5. And when I'm sitting there bullshitting with him, I was like, there's a lot of fucked up people out there, aren't there? He goes, yeah. I go, I bet you see a lot of shit out there. He goes, I sure do. And this guy was my age or more. And I said, it doesn't have to be that way. I said, all people have to do is make a little bit better choices, and all those heroin addicts or opioid addicts that come in, he goes, all the time, because this is like near Detroit, right? Mm-hmm. And it's everywhere, but I'm from Detroit, so don't get fucking mad, because there's some fucked up shit, but Detroiters are badasses. Patrick's half country boy, half Detroiter. No, you were born in Detroit.
Yep.
Anyway, so he's like, yeah. I go, people can make better choices. He goes, I see it all the time, my man. And I gave him like a salute and left. And it was a cool moment because I have a lot of hope, which some people in my life think that it's a bullshit word, but the expectation of something good. So, for me with people and like being a student and stuff, it's like, okay, how do we snap, like wake up, flick the brain, and really inspire people. So, I don't know where I'm going, but be a student. It's worth it. Seek knowledge, seek wisdom.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So maintenance schedule, my man. This is Mitch's thing, and we're getting on a good track. You had a big pipe burst yesterday.
I wouldn't call it a burst, but there was a pinhole leak in a pipe in the wall
that caused a pretty big burst, I would say.
Well, so I got a call Saturday. Actually, I just got a text, and our head chef Joe, he sent a picture of a bunch of water on the floor. So I went to the Grateful Crow.
I knew about it. I was at a card show with Slane.
Yep. Oh yeah. Slane was like, I'm in Lansing, and I was like, all right, I guess I'll get over there and check it out. So I went over there, and I'm looking at stuff, and I saw a drip from one of the drains. I figured, that gasket slipped a little bit. I see a drip coming from there. Maybe it's that. So that was a small leak, a problem. So I repaired that, and then I cleaned up all the water, and I noticed that water was still coming from the wall. And I was like, well, that's not good, because I don't see any drips elsewhere, and this seems to be a pretty steady flow from the wall. So there's not much that I can do on a Saturday or Sunday, because the restaurant's in service. It has to operate, and it wasn't necessarily bad enough for me to warrant doing an emergency wall opening and repair that day. So I planned out for Monday that we'd go in and repair it. We got in, we pulled the sink out, started cutting away the FRP and the drywall, and slowly but surely we found the leak. It was a nice little pinhole leak. Maybe we'll show it to you in the actual podcast once I send Elijah some video.
You do have a video?
I do have a video. Yep. So that was that was completely unplanned.
Well, there's
right?
nothing you can do about
There's
it.
nothing I can do about it.
That is a motherfucking thing that you can't do not shit about. It just
It's an emergency. It happens.
Yeah.
So, it kind of threw my whole day off. I had scheduled out my day earlier that week. So I try to schedule my weeks out at least a week in advance. I'm trying to get either even further out to do 2 weeks or so, but it's all tentative because emergencies happen, whether that's mechanical or in-system emergencies. So, I got to a couple of things that were pre-scheduled on my list, but, that emergency ate up most of our time, unfortunately.
Yeah. So this was like an out of the normal stuff that comes. I call it narrow. It took 2 guys to fix it, the labor. But because you guys fixed it, how much do you think you saved the company?
A lot.
I mean,
Plumbing's not cheap, dude.
yeah, it's
Thousands.
at least. Yeah, thousands for sure.
But we do have a maintenance plan, and
We do.
we would say no plan is a plan to fail.
That's so true. When I typed this out in the thing, I was like, oh man, that's really true.
Well, what is it? Failure to plan is planning to fail. Is that
Yes, sir.
another
Yep.
phrase that people say?
Yeah, and I'm in charge of maintaining Jets Chelsea, which is really Jets Chelsea, the Rumpus Room, Clock Tower, and the office.
How long
It's
is
all
our
in one
building? We
building.
should just call it square footage. I don't even know how long the building is. Brighton, help.
I know the back alley is like right around wrapping from road to the
Basketball hoop.
asphalt to the basketball hoop. It's around 260 feet. So
260 by
260 by 30 or 40.
yeah.
So it's a pretty large
Plus
building.
the parking lot. The parking
Yeah.
lot. I mean, all the way across the whole land.
Yep. And then we have the Grateful Crow. We have Jets Pizza Monroe Street, Jets Pizza Glendale,
Two in
and
Toledo.
the Toledo Sports Card Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 9,100 to 10,000 square feet for that little strip mall, not including the Grateful Crow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to have a plan to
It's a lot,
with
man.
maintenance, especially.
You have to have, a plan for preventative maintenance, PM. And, we have that scheduled out, which is, filters. We try to have filters on hand.
Like furnace filters?
Furnace filters, yeah. Furnace filters, AC filters, stuff like that, which some of our furnaces are, in mechanical rooms in the actual building, and some of them are rooftop units. So each unit requires a different size filter depending on the model number and the year and everything. So what I'm trying to develop right now is we have this new system called Basecamp, and this is helping us become more organized as a company as a whole.
Yeah, and Basecamp, we're going to bleep it out, okay? Unless you're going to give us some money to pay for this podcast. Basecamp.
Give us money.
But it is awesome. Basecamp coming at you.
But anyway, I want to try to get, all of the model and serial numbers for all of our equipment in a log on Basecamp. That way, if something breaks down, we automatically have the model and serial numbers,
Yeah,
so
and
we
who
can
but-
easily obtain parts and
Yes.
filters
a good
and
idea.
whatnot for all of that.
Yeah.
All in one location.
Should
And-
you be doing all that?
Absolutely, yeah. So that would be.
So even the changing of the filters?
I mean, changing of the filters. Here's the thing. So I'm cool with changing like furnace filters and stuff, but like in our Jets Pizzas, we have return air filters and stuff. For our GMs in Jets Pizza, especially, there's a lot of dough. that's floating
Here's
around
what
in the
I
air.
think. I think
A lot
we
of
should
flour.
change them once a month
Absolutely,
and have the owner operators do it.
I agree.
Okay, so let's do that.
Just make sure they put 'em
We're
in the
making
right way.
enhancements. Hey, listen, our dick's not that big yet. Okay, our company.
Still growing.
We're a grower, not a shower.
Yeah, we haven't
Absolutely.
been aroused yet.
So
Oh, you guys like that shit? All right, here that's the B clip. All right. Listen, guys, our company's not that big yet. We got 150 employees, and we're working towards it. And as soon as a lot of these taxes happen and the economy opens up next year, come to eat at the Grateful Crow. You'll love it.
You know what we should do, though? For all future projects, we should try and get the same unit
Oh yeah.
for everywhere. The same hood
We
vent,
need a
if
new,
we can.
We need
the
a
same
new unit.
air
We need a
conditioning.
new sauce table. Let's
Yeah,
buy it.
that would be
Oh, yeah,
nice.
we do.
It is, it is difficult sometimes just because
Well, it's dependent on the space, right?
it's dependent on
Yeah,
the
I get
space.
it.
It's depending
And
on the
that
structure.
square footage.
Yeah.
But you
how
know what
it's
I
routed.
like? A lot of these places all look the same.
Yeah.
These franchises, you know.
Yep.
No
Yeah, it
matter if
makes it
you're in
easier.
Michigan or California or Japan.
Well, it's easier to
They all look
copy
the
and
same,
paste rather than to have to figure out a whole new system for each building, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but you got to have clear documentation for all this shit.
Absolutely.
Dude,
And-
you got to know. Like, you go into the bathroom at like restaurants and it has where they put time and date that they check the
I always look to
bathrooms.
see if it's checked.
We don't
Yep.
do that because I think someone will take a picture when we don't do it.
Yeah.
But our bathrooms are actually pretty clean. One time that guy put a turd in it, remember? Someone pooped in our urinal and
yeah.
put a turd. They put a turd in the urinal.
Someone also pooped in the garbage can one time.
somebody
Somebody
pooped-
left a turd behind our trash can.
Somebody also pooped on the floor and tried to stomp it down the floor drain.
What is that called? A waffle stomp or something? Is that what it is?
We are now putting out a $500 reward for anybody that poops anywhere but the toilet.
He's willing
In
to
any of our
sacrifice
companies.
his quarterly clothing budget. to
And if I
capture
find out
this
within the
person.
first 48 hours, it's $1,000.
Oh. You know,
No,
you just
because
incentivized.
that is ultimate disrespect. Get fucked. Get fucked.
Hopefully, no
That
one
is.
is hard up for cash and
Yeah.
decides to
That reminds me
do it
of
themselves.
I'm turning myself in.
that reminds me when we
$1,000.
were in this building in North Carolina. There was a sign posted above the toilets that says, "For any children who are smearing poop on the walls, you will be caught."
Well, when I went to Haiti,
So good.
when I went to Haiti, they charged me by the sheet one time.
Wow.
But you gotta always tip because you gotta piss or shit somewhere.
That's unfortunate, though. What if you got
Yeah.
one you need a lot for?
Yeah. By the way, like our organization worked in Haiti for 10 years and we did a lot. We rescued a lot of people and we still
Absolutely.
help a little bit. Yeah.
Anyway, to get back to the whole maintenance plan, what I have is we have every building, basically every company separated out. So we have to-dos for the Rumpus Room, to-dos for the Grateful Crow, to-dos for Jets Chelsea, to-dos for the Warriors Management Office, Glendale, Monroe Street, Clock Tower Collectibles, and Toledo Sports Card Show. So I can go through and click on a to-do list of each building and easily see the in-depth list of all of the things
You have to
that
have
I
that.
have to
If we
complete.
don't have that, we can't grow.
Absolutely.
This is what I'm talking about. We're not going to spend a lot of money on like HVAC systems and all that bullshit like we have in the last 5 years. New walk-ins, patios that cost $50,000. But we're gonna take half that money that we would normally spend and use it in infrastructure and systems.
Oh, yeah.
And humans. We're investing in people too, but you gotta be a student. Ain't
Well,
that
here,
right?
and
Absolutely.
here, I want to say something about this. So we have a lot of buildings, right? You just named them all.
Yes.
And I've heard some of our people gripe about how long it takes to get something fixed. And I will say that Mitch is only one person and Slane is only one person. So there's a lot of things that you can do yourself instead of waiting. So whether it's cleaning the filters or
Yeah.
you
and
need
understand we're putting a
you
system
need
together.
something cleaned that you can do. The light bulbs need to be changed. Like
Just do it yourself.
you guys can do it, and then they'll handle the big stuff like when pipes burst.
Well, and just, with this new system we're implementing, this will make it easier to communicate. And like a lot of people would ask me via text message. It's like, dude, you know how many text messages I get per day?
I hate texting or talking on the phone.
I have like 357 unread text messages.
Oh, you just got to open those.
Oh,
and move
man.
on.
That's bad.
You know
I
what?
But
You know what? At least you
things
have
get
the red
lost.
text on it. And I realize, like, I get pissed at you sometimes you don't respond. But if it says read, then I know you read it. I have your red text on. So if you read it, I know you at least. We communicate
It's
enough.
like kitchen talk for saying heard.
What the fuck?
Heard.
Anyway, have your shit together is the moral of the story here.
Absolutely.
And I would tell you, if you're in our company, Warriors Management, or any of the, we're one company in multiple locations, but we're different tax things.
And if you're slow, if you guys are slow, don't just sit around. Don't just hang out in the back alley and smoke cigarettes or vape or whatever you do. Like,
They taste good though.
check the coils on the equipment. See if you can clean those
Yeah.
off, dust them off. I know
Yeah.
Andy. Shout out to Andy from Jets Pizza Chelsea. He's really good at this. He takes time to clean the coils when things are slow. He takes time to do these small maintenance tasks, these preventive maintenance tasks that will
Save the company.
a lot of money at the end of the day. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. And, go after it and work together and, communicate and all that stuff, and do 75 hard. If you are all insecure or depressed or anything, or need to lose 20
For any
pounds.
reason.
For any reason, it's
great.
Even if you're not insecure, or depressed, like
Yeah.
I still find benefit from 75 hard, or just being consistent in the gym,
Yeah.
or consistent with my healthy eating.
Yeah. Yeah. So with all that said, there's lots more to say from the Warriors Mindset podcast and the sayings, riddles, blunders of smart people. Share the show, right? Well, let's do it.
Smart people.
Let us know. Let's get out there. And all you who work with us, we love you most of the time. See you next time.